Now I would like to talk about the symptoms of losing La or lost La or weakened La. So if you don't have these symptoms, then you know your La is fine, intact. It's like when you go to a doctor, traditional doctors like traditional Chinese medicine or Tibetan medicine, you go to the doctor will first ask you many questions before do any kind of diagnostic, many questions, find out what kind of problems you have or symptoms, right? So for example, symptoms of losing La or weakened La are feeling ungrounded. You feel you're ungrounded. Also scattered the mind, and also another term you might say spicy or disconnected with reality. So when I say ungrounded, means you sort of unsettle your mind, and your mind unsettled, and body is sort of unsettled, and scattered mind, and hard to be in one place, unable to focus the mind. So when people lose their La or weaken the La, they have a hard time even studying, and hard time to meditate, hard to focus the mind. Some people have a hard time even choose how to choose certain things. Like you go out in a restaurant, you don't know. You look at the menu, you don't know which one should eat. I know I have a friend. This person asked me, Rinpoche, you choose for me. I have to choose for your food, even your food. Why don't you just eat something? What's the big deal? Yeah. And I have to choose for everything for you, including food. And so that's because his mind is so unsettled, and not sure. And people who have trauma and people who are suffering from losing La, they have really hard time making decisions in life in general, particular things, and even small things like what to eat and so on and so forth. And also lack of trust for oneself, because you feel I'm not good, I am confused, so how can I trust myself? And yes, and then lack of self-confidence. Your confidence is sort of destroyed. I see there are people in the West, people who got 2 university degrees, still have very little self-confidence. Some places, like in the mountains in Mongolia, illiterate nomad guy, he's got lots of confidence. He knows what he's doing, what he needs to do. Self-confident, strong, and brave. Yeah. So why is this intellectual knowledge or studying book knowledge and all these things not necessarily make you have a strong confidence, right? And so because the life is weakened, and also physical, mental strength is weakened, lack of energy. Some people suffer with chronic, what we call fatigue, because of weakened la. Also, immune system weakened, easily get sick, and reactions, physical, mental, allergic reactions, and can't eat many things. I'm fortunate I don't have reaction. I'm not allergic to any food except MSG. MSG is not even food. Who need MSG? And Ajinomoto, Japanese word, many good taste or something. And Ajinomoto, MSG. And I'm not allergic anything. And I feel very fortunate, food-wise. But that doesn't mean I have to eat everything. And so another symptom of losing la, weakened la, is fear. So the fear always comes up in even your dreams, you know. And then also enlarge sense of no direction, and don't know where I go, what's the direction in my life, and what is the purpose? No purpose in life when you lost life, and depressed. So these things happen many times in life, and also depression, criticism, self-blame, things like that happen. So la could be lost or weakened when you are a child. La could be weakened, lost when you are a teenage. La could weaken, lost when you are adulthood. And la could be also weakened as you get older. And these things can happen. And like in the West, we call crisis, right? Different kind of crisis in life, called midlife crisis, and old age crisis, menopause, and this and that. Yeah? But these are all part of life, right? There is a crisis, but that's part of life. Life has many crises. And I call obstacles, you see. But they are part of our body, you know. Midlife crisis, menopause, old age, they're all part of our body, part of our life. It's a natural thing, natural process. Midlife crisis or whatever, there are always many crises. They use, I don't know why particularly use in the West called midlife crisis. But there are many crises. That's part of our body-mind process. Right? We're changing, going through changes. That's why it is. It's impermanent. We call law of impermanent. Anicca. Sanskrit Pali word is anicca, means impermanent. Dukkha is suffering, and anatta is emptiness. It's just all part of life. So if you know this is part of life, you accept these are part of life, then it doesn't have to be traumatic. You know, it doesn't sort of hit you suddenly, bang, because you already accept it. So all you do is you already accept it. You just practice the cessation of suffering, and the path to cessation, right? And another word we use in the West, emptiness syndrome, this and that. And why is it syndrome? And your children are gone, and you should be happy. They're going to university. Congratulations. Now I can do what I want to do. I can study. I can go back to university myself, or go to meditate, do retreat, write a book, travel, whatever you want to do. So why do you feel empty? Yeah. So in one sense, right? One sense, it's also you feel empty because you miss your children, right? Your babies are no longer babies. They're still babies, but not really babies. You are kind of empty, right? So you do this, you feel that way. It's a natural thing. I'm not saying it's not. It shouldn't feel like that. How can you say that? You feel naturally, right? That's the way it is. But the attitude, you don't have to suffer. You don't have to say, oh, I'm suffering from emptiness. Maybe I should have another baby, but maybe it's too late. I should divorce and have another baby. Find a young wife. And see, now you're getting into more samsara. So these are the symptoms of losing la or weakening la and so forth.